So the reason that you clicked on this video is probably because you're really good at doing normal press-ups and you want to actually level up your strength and do a one-arm press-up. Now that's a good idea, but I should make it clear that before you start to learn the one-arm press-ups, you should comfortably be able to do 20 to 30 press-ups normally without a lot of hesitation or failure. If you can't do 20 to 30 press-ups, then you need to get that down first and then start to learn the one-arm press-up. So the first variation for the one-arm press-up is actually a staggered press-up. So a staggered press-up basically means you're going to put your arms at different levels. So a normal press-up, you put your arms like this, it would be a straight line going through both of them. But this one, it would be more of a diagonal line. So your hands will be like this, and you swap over, and you do your reps like that. What that's going to do is it's going to teach you how to actually use your core more, because your core is actually an underrated element. One-arm press-up does require a lot of upper body strength, especially in your chest and triceps, because those are the muscles working. But with the core, the fact is you're balancing the one arm, so your core is heavily involved. So this is how it would look. So to begin, just take your hand placement like that, and then you're going to swap. That's how it might look to start off with. As you get better, you can make it a bit smoother. As I said before, this is going to teach you how to put your weight onto different parts of your arm and engage your core as well. And it's the first step to learning the one-arm press-up. So the second movement that we're going to learn that will help us to actually get the one-arm press-up is called the archer press-up. So what this involves is leaning to one side and pressing with the majority of that side and not as much on the other side. So how it's going to look is basically you take quite a wide hand placement, so outside shoulder width for sure, about 1.5 times outside shoulder width, and you're going to lean to one side. So in this example, I'm going to lean this side to my right, and what you want to bear in mind is that my left arm is going to be completely straight. So a common mistake is doing this. My left arm is still bent, so the amount of weight I put on my right arm is not going to be as high as it should be, especially for the one-arm press-up where you're going to put all your weight on one arm. So make sure that the arm that's not working is completely straight. Now I'm going to go to the other side, just like that. So key tips for that one, the actual execution of it is quite easy. You just lean to one side and push back up. But there's a really important detail, which is that the arm that's not working should be completely straight. So in this variation, we're going to start to really nail down and hammer in our reps with training the one-arm press-up, and we're basically going to do negatives. Anytime you want to learn something new, doing the opposite of a full rep of it is a really good idea. So if you want to learn your first pull-up, just jump up to the top, come down slowly, or whatever the case may be. So in the one-arm press-up, you do the same thing, but I should say that it's a little bit more technical. You have to have a bit of skill when you do it, because what you're going to do is start at the top here, and then come down slow, and then before you touch the ground, bring the other arm into the picture, and then push back up again. So from this position, you're coming down slowly with one arm, and just before you touch the ground, you bring the other arm back into it and push back up. Let me show you how it looks one more time. Push back up. That's a one-arm negative, and that's going to build a lot of strength and confidence for you in the one-arm press-up. Now, before I go into the last variation, I just want to say that your leg positioning or your foot positioning is quite important in the one-arm press-up. If you bring your legs apart like that, so if your legs are touching, it's going to be harder. If you bring your legs out, it's going to be a bit easier. So all of these variations that I'm showing you, when you first start training for the one-arm press-up, you want them to be done with legs apart, because legs apart gives you more of a stability and it spreads out your center of mass. So if your legs are together, your center of mass is basically all in one place, and it's going to require more strength. And you can go to this version after, but just for now, to practice one-arm press-up, doing the one arm press up like this with my legs apart, it's going to be a bit easier than doing it with my legs together. So that's just my tip for you when you're training your one arm press up. Make sure your legs are spread out or your feet are not together. So that's it. If you enjoyed the one arm press up exercises and tutorial, like and subscribe, and let me know when you get your first one arm press up.